picking up those points, because for Na'Vi especially, it feels weird to say it, but it's starting to almost feel like they're teetering towards relegation here if these results carry on going the way that they are. This could be the chance where we see them at full strength, but as you said for G2, this is their chance to regain hope and trust from you. This double peek coming outside the main door, and Uno gets put in the dirt by Joe after Blur took the opening engagement. Those two new players I spoke about, they strike big at the very start of this round.
It's funny, actually, 3 of the operators who could possess a C4 here, only one of them has a C4 in hand. One of the hard breaches gone, but that's okay because they made quick work of this wall. The thermite coming in very handy. Of course, Kanto Raketti wasn't the one to go down, so he's able to get his EMPs out just in time. Now he can go work on other parts of the map, and whether or not they go for this garage control or they decide to rotate over and do construction pinch as well will be left to be seen. I think Pengu did get on the roof, so maybe that's something that they'll think about doing. Very strange, though. I think Doki's the one holding over into Benjamin Construction. Joe's below him. What a weird setup for multiple different roles on the side of Na'Vi here, running out, free kill. There goes Pengu, and guess what? No more walls will be getting opened.
Man, to get the 2 hard breaches at your first 2 kills is massive for them, but like you say, it's about getting that cheeky little kill. Both of them coming through onto those crucial members as mentioned. They lose the execute power, and Joe, my god, man. I mean, everyone was looking forward to see what this guy could do on day 1. It was a very muted day 1, but so far it has been Joe finding a triple kill, Blur getting the 4th, and Doki getting the 5th to complete a flawless round. Really exciting stuff for that first round, very, very convincing. G2, less than convincing. Still got a lot more to see from them, and Joe's going for it once again out a window by the looks of it. Give him the time and he will leap.
Surely they know this. They know that Joe's going to be looking at a door or window somewhere, and it's Uno, the one who was the victim last round. He doesn't want to die to it again. They must have had a drone, and they must have heard of this being prepped as well, whether or not that drone was in there or not. And it's like Joe knows, he's got this sixth sense about him where he's like, I think someone's watching me. Maybe I should wait. Maybe I should work this out. Perfect timing. Are they prepared? Spot someone, and Uno finally gets his revenge. Gets some of that side control that they need. Drones are zooming around, and almost all of them are destroyed now for G2. Pokeball is almost going to take Uno's life. 50 HP as an impact should upon direct impact. And now Blur is hoping he can push back this blue hold. Oh, looks like he's going to be the Pokemon he's catching today, and we're down to 20 seconds. G2, they got to speed this up.
Naughty little self-tap there with the impact, not going to achieve much, but Uno strikes up, finds a double in this round. It's all fell apart here, unless Kendrick can work wonders. Somehow I really don't think he's going to. He does find one, but G2 with a very decisive round. And here you see the size between these two teams. You see the aggressive drone game coming out of Na'Vi, which works wonders in the first round and gets flawless. The second round, G2 slow down, play the more tactical drone-based game we know they're more than capable of doing, and shut down that drone game. Now the question is, which way does it swing for these next 4 rounds? Because we've seen the best of both teams. Now it's going to be this awkward struggle in the middle to see which way it lies.
It's because I don't think G2 will want to let any more rounds slip out of their hands here, and as any team doesn't want. But for the most part, what they're looking for here is to get the most attacking rounds they can here on Clubhouse. I mean, if we look over to their stats here on Clubhouse, they've won 1 round attacking on CC, 1 round on Church and Arsenal, and 2 on the Master and Gym in all of their history since June of playing Clubhouse. That ain't good. So you got to buff those stats up, G2. Those are rookie numbers. Well, half the round has elapsed, and I would argue that G2 has more map control than they did in the round preceding. And as a result, we'll see whether or not this first engagement goes the way of G2. It doesn't, and it looks like they want to kick things off. It's almost as if Joe and Blur are at the forefront of almost all of the opening frags thus far for Na'Vi, and the rest of the Na'Vi players, they're just waiting things out.
I love everyone else just sitting back and going, I'm so proud, they've grown up so fast and they're doing all this work for us. And it's working wonders for them. And even Citizen getting put in the dirt and Blur saying, you left Na'Vi for G2. What a mistake that was, my friend. But thank you for the opportunity it has presented us. No drones left on the side of G2. There's 3 left on the side of Na'Vi. 40 seconds to go. And Kanto looks so lost, stepping through all these smoke clouds, slowly seeing that health bar slip away from him, but still something left for them. We've seen Pengu, one of the greatest clutchers in EU, has the opportunity to work some magic here, but he's got to go through this solid backline of Blur and Kendrew, plus Saves, who's still left alive. 20 seconds to play with Jess here. It feels like it's stagnated out for a brief second. Blur striking from blue. One's left alive. Diffuser's on the ground somehow. I don't think Kanto's got enough beans left in him to be able to pull this one off. Blur's going to collect what I think turned out to be his third or fourth kill of that round and give Navi round number 3.
Well, less than half the round left, and I'm not entirely sure whether or not they were able to get the wall open with Pengu, and if they have, that's good, because at least they will be able to hold the rotate. But Pengu says, okay, I need to now enter into construction. How many of those does he have left? Can we get an extended view there, please, as Blur takes out Citizen yet again? And Kanto claps back on Doki. So that's a really good trade back there, but I'm not entirely sure if they have another hard breach in the hand of Pengu. And if they do, no, they don't. They've already opened the wall, so they won't be getting this construction wall over. And with Pengu getting the diffuser in his hand over on the construction side, this means they're going to have to walk through the door, and that's exactly what he's going to do.
Going to push him really aggressively here for a spray to come out of Kendrick, playing at the top of red, and brings one down. Joe injured in the process, mind you, so it's not quite as clear-cut a victory for Navi as you might think. Once again, it's stepping up. Blur actually taking his place and finding a triple kill in this round. Navi playing a very interesting game here, actually, where they're now, rather than sending a couple out on the perimeter, saying, look, Joe, go and try and do your thing. If you die by yourself, not a problem, because when it comes to these site plays, my God, are we good at them.
And now Kanto Raketti underneath. Not the best game for Kanto, considering he is the Ashman. He's the main fragger and entry there for G2. So whether or not that's been part of their downfall here on these particular rounds. And now the drones are coming in. Oh no, Doki wasting his ammunition on the wall. Will he be able to get the kill? Yes, he does. And that's Virtue down. No grenades anymore, which I argue they probably should have used on the shield to start off with. Or at least cook some of those ADSs. And well, there goes the C4 as well.
No way does he make this alive. No way does he get out of here alive. He's got one pushing in from inside of CCTV and two pushing up red. If he gets a second kill here, it could be massive. Tries to get one, can't quite get it. Pistol out and gets the down at the same time. Pushes in towards red, and finally Uno will collect the kill, the second kill of the round for himself, that is, to bring things back to 3 apiece. But that was a great play from Doki, wasting not only time, but bringing down 2 members on the side of G2.
Uno's so very low here. Not sure how many Selmas he has left. 2, I believe, in the pocket, and he runs into a goo mine. And if he runs into any more, he's going to have to pull them out almost instantaneously. He's too low HP. It will detract on his health too much. And actually, there's another one right in front of him. I can see it there. Smoke Babes rain out as well. And with 30 seconds left, well, they're actually quite early considering. And G2 does have the time they need. And saves, finally. He'll get Citizen, and now it's up to Kanto Raketti and Uno. And as I say that, Uno goes down. It's all up to the fragger of G2. 1v3. Saves Blur, and Kendrew's still on the line here, Des. Banshee giving away his position. Oh no, impacts as well. Blur knows how to do it all. Well, Navi has one more round here on the defense, and it looks like they're going to choose to go downstairs. Their setup looks to be pretty usual, pretty meta. Not sure if they'll have that rotate between the hallway and armory over towards the double doors of church, or whether they'll just keep that as a line of sight. Looks like they're just going to keep it actually above head height, possibly to give Saves the opportunity to smoke over behind box 3 and the default plan of B-bomb if he wants to. So doesn't give them the opportunity to shoot back unless they open a hole there themselves. That's a nice little one. And the rotate's in the middle of the wall instead. So if they want to challenge the church double door, they're going to have to go right up into the rotate hole, which puts them in a really precarious place. So I like this adaptation. Oh, stop it. At this point, just stop it. It's awful. Well, this is the last round for Joe to do it, and he's capped it off in style, taking out the soft breach and the grenades, which is actually quite huge when it's bottom floor. You know, you generally want to rip up the hallway, you want to rip up kitchen, you also want to try and get rid of any of those shields or those banshees that might be persisting around. Blur's played 100%, and at this point it's just awful for G2. That C4 raining up through motor hatch. That'll catch Pengu. He got one of his exothermics down. Uno's still alive, so he'll have his Selmas in hand. And it looks like they're getting a little bit sporadic here. They just want to get things open because they're panicking.
Panicking indeed, although they do manage to find something back for themselves here, and it's bringing something somewhat towards balance here. It's still a 4 versus 3. There's still 60 seconds to go. G2 with a couple of drones left on side. Something I've always criticised them for has been weak drone play towards the later stages of the round. In fact, it was on their game against against Navi on Cafe last season when I first really caught it, was how often they were out of drones come the 30-second mark. Here we've got 45 seconds to go, and there is one left for Uno. Wouldn't be horrifically surprised if that is sat somewhere on a flank for them, so they have nothing to push into the site, and Saves and Kendra are more than happy to step up and go, thank you very much. We're here to collect our taxes, and the price is death. 4 versus 1 for Na'Vi. 30 seconds to go, and Kanto once more, I doubt, can do it all by himself. We all remember those old days when he could, but sadly, Blur and Joe are on the field.
Well, Kendra again, he's going to pick up the vigil here. He was Ash on attack, and now he has his ability to run freely around the map with his particular ability. No drones will be able to spot him, but as he pre-fires everything, his traces will give him away anyway. Uno will pick up Joe, and that's a great pickup there out of the Zofia. They want to get rid of these real key players for Na'Vi, and Joe is absolutely one of them. Saves would be the next, I argue, and as Blur decides to hit the roof and possibly go for another drone, looks like this extended roam here from G2 is working wonders. There we go, UK Massive, as you said, and now he'll be able to pick up onto Blur, the other key fragger that we were talking about just a mere round or two ago. And this is looking so much better here for G2.
Much better because they got rid of the 2 fragging members on the side of Na'Vi as well in Blur and Joe. So it's a good start for them. Now you're looking at who else on the side of Na'Vi can do damage. Apparently it's Kendra who's playing upstairs, I think. That's a lie. It's Virtue playing on the upstairs, holding these vertical angles and trying to achieve something for them. Down to 2 left. It's a 4 versus 2. G2, 1:30 to hold out for here. I don't really see how Na'Vi can close this one out. I say that as Kendra has found himself inside of sight without the diffuser, but a kill to his name. 3 versus 2 and still a lot of time to play. Oh my god, no way does he achieve that one. Citizen streaming around the corner, picks up Saves, puts it into a 3 versus 1, and now Kendra's like, oh god damn it. Not much to be found here, but at least G2 keep that dream alive. It isn't going to be match point for Na'Vi. It isn't going to be a guaranteed draw, and as explosions sing out beneath his feet, surely these closing few shots should come through. No, he gets one himself actually. It's going to be ace or bust. A triple kill for Kendra as he looks to rotate away, knows that he has got so much time to play with here, still has both smokes left on side if he wants to make use of those, as well as a couple of Selmas, so shouldn't feel too pressured that he has to take a particular path in.
He has a drone in pocket as well, so if he wanted to intel collect, he could, but oftentimes if defenders hear you go on the drone, it means your death is incoming. Good angle behind the bomb chassis there for Kanto, and well, Kendra says goodnight, and that is a more convincing round from G2 than we have seen this entire matchup, but it has come in the second half here, and if G2 is going to rely on their defense, if this does manage to go to 6-6, I wouldn't be surprised.
For a run out near the pool table as well. I thought he was for a brief second. It looks like he's actually right by that window. And they know that this wall's being opened up, so he's in the right spot, but it's Kanto to bring down Kendra. After he used those Salmos to start opening up the wall in towards the garage, that's going to be the ace removed. So G2 giving Na'Vi a taste of their own medicine here and bringing down those hard breaches early is definitely doing some damage. And here we go. Blur should be able to get this open with the assistance of Joe from below. No, they're going to be able to trick it off. Oh, that is pain. Pain defined, ladies and gentlemen, because with that smoke coming down, in fact, that is so big brain. With the smoke coming down the stairs as well, blocking off Joe from being able to go and contest the hole that it opened up from above. That's why you could see him getting there to make that one work. Still trying to contest up, but already in a spot now where they are at such a massive disadvantage. What a round start this has been by G2.
Oh, the angle, Joe. Jesus Lord, through the bars with a 1mm sight. Oh, he's got 1 and he's got 2, and well, now the wall gets open, and whether or not it was worth challenging that, I mean, if you're Uno, okay, why not? You have the downward angle. That is the preferred advantageous angle. But he loses it. And not only does he lose it, but when Virtue comes to trade, there's no trade. Ah, that's a harsh one for G2 here, because if Na'Vi win the next round, this can only go to a draw. And if you're G2, that is the worst outcome here, because a draw or a loss here shows that you're not able to get any more points on the board. And as teams like Na'Vi, Team Secret are moving up the leaderboard and you're staying stagnant, that's not good.
It is not a good look. I mean, when you've got players that can do things like that, then great. But I was going to say, Kanto already found Kendra back at the start and set up here in Raptors. I'm not sure they even knew that he was there with no drones around, but gets sprayed as it looks like by the sounds of it. They've pushed their way in towards site. The problem is that the diffuser is outside garage, so someone's going to have to collect that and bring it along. C4 from below from Citizen. It's a 2 versus 2 as no one was covering Lounge. Pengu collects one more onto Saves. It's now all down to Doki. It's all about him versus his old teammate and no doubt one of his good old pals in Siege. A lot of work to do. Pre-fires the right sort of angle, but ignores what's going on. Doesn't know that Citizen's tucked into the side of storage. Picks up that kill, and G2 make it 2 in a row. Is this the start of a comeback, Jess? 3 members of Na'Vi all gathered up. Kendra to the south. This is screaming to me there is going to be a smoke plant coming through soon, most likely in towards Jim.
Oh, timing. The timing. That was awful for Virtue. He should have picked up Joe. The timing was bad, but he might have a redemption here. Cantoricetti gets Joe, and, well, doesn't matter. Looks like his teammate will do the job for him. Oh, good spray out there, but it barely nicks the side of Kendra, and he decides to drop down, which is what they need. They need someone below. Look at all of these vertical holes. What if someone rotates down at the last second? 30 seconds left. Some of those smokes might have to be used, and I think one already has been. He's dropped below, so he won't be in a good place to be able to use them. And now the time delay is dwindling NaVi's chance of getting a plant off here.
Done a really good job of wasting time, but 2 kills come out of nowhere. Doki and Blur strike big. They get it down onto saves, but Blur still in possession of the diffuser here. Has a chance, but it's Pengu with a shotgun. We spoke about him in these clutch situations, and Virtue goes big. Another one comes out, but it's Doki to get the kill. Will he be able to find the last? He's running away. Shotgun at the ready, and Doki tries his best, but Virtue strikes down and gives G2 their 3rd round in a row. Let's not forget, when NaVi were on defense, G2 won round number 2, but so far, G2 have not missed a beat.
Failed impact tricking there means that most of this wall will have some kind of line of sight. They've done a bottom left there so that you can do a prone angle across the stairs. And that's where Saves is right now. If he wanted to lay down, he might be able to see an angle, but clap back. He does get to use all of his Selmas at least, but Virtue as well, kicking onto Joe. Joe not had a good attacking half here whatsoever. And now it's up to Doki, Blur, and Saves to get access to sight. There's still more than 30 seconds left, so they could calm it down. They could get some drones out and work out where players are. But this bomb chassis position, you should be able to clear it. There's only 2 angles he could be at. You need this pinch push, and you need it now.
Almost trying to catch one on the spray across there as well. Blur's got to be so careful. Why would you stand back in that line when you just shot at it? They knew exactly where you are. You've got Doki upstairs, but look at the health bars on the side of G2. Quite a few members starting to run low, but there is nowhere near enough time. NaVi, the curse from last week, strikes again. 2-star on the attacks, not enough pace, and G2 are more than happy to collect round number 10 and put this at 5 apiece. I want to say I don't know which way it's going to go now that we're going to see all 12 rounds, but I think you, and the viewers all know where we expect this game to go.
Look at the time in hand for NaVi. We spoke about their mismanagement of time. This round,
Kanto.
It's looking so much better. And Kanto, hello, Pengu, hello? What is going on? They're gifting Joe all the kills in the world. And when I said he had a bad attacking half, G2 felt bad and started gifting him kills.
My God, how did Kanto not know he was out there? There's a massive breach behind you, man. You should know about these things. And Pengu, I completely get the idea. Swing out and go for the traders. Maybe he's trying to reload, but it absolutely wasn't the case. It's down to a 4 versus 2. Things are getting opened up all around them by the sounds of it. There is going to be work here for G2 to hold on. 40 seconds to go, and you can hear that construction wall being opened up. Virtue with a second onto what, make it a 3rd as he picks up saves. Is this forcing it through to match point for G2, or can somehow NaVi drag this one back? And Joe, he's found 3 kills so far. He's going to have to make it all of them. Makes it a 3rd for himself. It's a 1 versus 1. Who wins this gunfight? It's Joe versus Citizen. The replacement versus the replacee. But it's Citizen who wins. Down goes Joe, and G2 will guarantee themselves at least a draw. And NaVi must feel like they might be about to become the chaos of stage 2. They drew twice on Clubhouse last week, and here they are 1 round away from either losing or getting yet another draw, Jess. Oh my God.
Will they also get this bathroom wall this time? I believe they have, and this is a big difference from the last time they pushed Jim. They didn't open any of that wall last time. Now they have it open. This could be the key to the draw for them.
Oh, Joe shuts down Citizen, kind of completing the return on that duel they had at the end of the last round. Virtue will trade it back pretty much straight away. And Uno, I've mentioned already what a game he's had today. And although others have caught up in this second half, he kept the dream alive and is now still delivering for the team with a second wonder shot onto Doki. And that right there is good night, not just to Doki, but to the dreams of NaVi. It's 2 versus 4. 1 comes on the window. Virtue is there and shuts him down. And NaVi at 5-1 must have thought there is no way this ends over. Joe and Blur were in heaven, experiencing pure elation at the result of how they have basically won this game for them, but it's all down to Saves by himself. We've seen some wonder shots tonight. We have seen some wondrous multi-kills, but something tells me we're not going to see Saves be able to do this one all by himself. The shots come through, down to about 77 HP. 2 or 3 more will put this dream to bed, and G2 will find those 3 points they sorely need, and it'll be the side of NaVi falling ever closer to relegation. G2 bring it back 6 rounds back to back. My God, what a swing. And NaVi, my God, boys, it's time to get off Clubhouse and it's time to do some work on those attacks.
See, I want it known I never doubted G2. Scrub back what I said at halftime, get rid of it, get it off the board, never doubt the boys, and that's why my predictions have been so on point today, is because G2, well, they were just giving us a match. They were giving us a bit of a show there, Des, and...
So let's go have a quick chat with G2. Good evening, Nicholas Pengu. How are you doing?
Doing great, Milosh. Thank you for asking. I felt very relieved getting carried on Jake's shoulders tonight. It was some great gameplay towards the last couple rounds there.
Okay, well, how do you deal with someone that just literally frags all the time? Like, he didn't stop today.
No, he didn't stop, and we almost lost because he didn't, because he got the first 3 kills, and then he peeked Joe on Sophia on the Silver Breach, and I was like, and he said instantly, "I'm so sorry, guys," but then clutched it. So, man didn't stop, but I would say that it was worth the effort today.
Yep, definitely backpacking hard today. I guess this is the team momentum for now. Actually, the big question is, you guys haven't really had the best start of stage 2, right? You're finally today. Hey, don't give me that attitude. Hey, there it is. Losing one. Let's talk about that 7-2 loss against Secret, because that wasn't pretty.
I mean, you see, there is no shame in losing to Secret, and there's no shame in losing 7-2, because they played a phenomenal game. Not just that game, but the second game as well, and today the third. So if anything, I would say that Secret is looking pretty hot right now.
Good point.
Yeah.
Vitality, next playdate. Your second game that you had in the stage, a tie, 6-6. What's going on there from your side?
It's an interesting one. It's always nice meeting old friends, of course. That is something that we like doing. I saw their game today against Tempra, and it was one of the most odd games I've seen, because it's like 1 round to Vitality, 1 round to Tempra, back and forth, and it's some pretty, I would say, clown fiesta gameplay, but in all the good ways. You know, P4 whiffing a magazine, Goga flicking him, and it was wild. So, if anything, I just hope that we can provide as good gameplay as they had against Tempra today and get a good matchup.
Now today against NaVi, I mean, you were talking about your experience. You know, you played against the Fabian and Goga on Vitality. Today, a similar situation for Ben, for Citizen on the squad. Of course, we call him Ben because we're tight like that. You know, big bros. But this was much closer of a game than we really expected. And what I'm wondering is, did you guys need any time to mentally reset after the last week, prepare yourself for your matches today?
I don't know if we needed a reset per se, but I definitely know for a fact that we had a talk about team identity, playstyle, and philosophy, because I definitely think that the first 2 games that we showed weren't really the G2 style, so to speak, and I feel like we had team discussion, and we really, you know, netted through the issues. What did this guy feel? How does this guy feel? And kind of meet in the middle. And I think today it still showed the flaws, especially on our attacking side, but also showed our strengths, or a possibility of strengths on the defending side. So we're still meshing it out.
Do you think it was more of a problem how you were meshing, or you together as a team were meshing on the attacking side? Or was it more NaVi not just playing well on the defense, but harnessing the maximum amount of potential that you can gather on a clubhouse defense?
I think they played a very dynamic clubhouse. I was very impressed with the confidence that both Blur and Joe put up today, given it's their 3rd game this season so far, and they're both being very new to Pro League, of course. They were taking the risks that they wanted to take, and they took the peaks that they needed to take, and they did that with great excellence. So props to them, of course. I definitely think that we just gotta keep working on it, and hopefully we'll get there eventually.
I mean, was it your next game is against Team Empire, of course, an old rival in the region that hasn't really been doing well as of these past few playdays. Again, the stage 1 and 2 in general. Anything to look forward to in that match, actually, from your point of view?
Everything, right? I think right now EU has gotten this kind of shake-up where the previous top teams, besides BDS, I guess, at this point, because they're still steamrolling, all the top teams are kind of towards the bottom or the middle pack, and the bottom middle pack team are towards the top. So we're kind of mismatching as we go, and it's pretty much anyone's battle right now, besides BDS, of course. They're looking absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I think even our analysts, all of them, were talking about this, that there could be a big shakeup in the top 4 and even the bottom 2 come the end of the season. So there's a lot really to look forward to in Europe, and of course now with Challenger League, there's some stacked games and stacked teams in there. But at the end of this, Pengu, anything you would like to say to all the G2 fans?
I mean, I don't know if you already, I don't know if you heard, but there is this G2 Jaeger skin that's been, you know, it's come out and stuff, and it's looking pretty damn sweet. So if you haven't haven't already, you should go into the store because we got a esports tab now with specific esports skins, and you click it and there are 10 beautiful skins, but of course the beautifulest of them all is the T2 Jäger skin. Get in there and buy all of them, but most importantly buy ours first, and thank you for the support.
You know, I was having this conversation yesterday with Canadian, and because we were on the topic of white stairs, and said, you know what, if you grab that G2 skin, I think it'll definitely save you there. And it happened. It happened in the EU League. We were casting it only a few days ago, so more reasons to do it, right?
I was gonna say, I mean, I've been very happy seeing it in ranked and everywhere else, of course, and just seeing more Pro League skins. I can't wait for the tier 2 and tier 3 skins to come out and just rock those as well, because we got some phenomenal things coming up.
Yep, a lot of teams that need the support, of course, all 40 plus teams that are part of the R6 share system. Thank you again for this. Congratulations today on your first victory of stage 2. G2, the big question now. Top 4, that's what we're all looking forward to.
Yes, sir, and we're gonna do our best to get there, because we don't want to disappoint the fans, ourselves, or you, Milosh. So you bet your butt that you will see us there.
Don't worry, my butt is very comfortable sitting down right now and just enjoying the games as they go. So thank you again, Pengu. We will see you next play day on Wednesday, G2 versus Empire. A lot to look forward to.
Yes, sir.
On that match. Good night.
Good night.